Hi everyone, this is Maria's Budgeting. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you are new. So today we'll be doing my weekly check-in for the last week of November and the first week of December. So today I'm going to be checking in from November 27th through December 8th. So let's go ahead and get started. I do have my expense trackers here filled out. They are from Romina Rosa and Planner Kate. So let's go ahead and get started. So my first transaction was actually an unbudgeted transaction. I got charged for a Lime subscription, which is like the bikes that you could ride around town. So that was my first unbudgeted transaction of the month. And that is for Lime, and that is $7. And this comes out of my checkings account. So I have a small buffer in my checking, so that's where that's coming from. Next, I do have two sinking fund transactions, and first one is for Starbucks. That is for $10, and it's coming out of Christmas because I gave it to, I think it was my sister. That was on the 27th, same day. It was for our gift exchange, and I needed to buy her $10 more, so then I got her a Starbucks gift card. On the 28th, I did buy my expense trackers from Planner Kate. That was $42, and it's coming out of investing since I don't have any more business money, or at least not enough. So $42 out of investing. And I am a little bit sick, so I do apologize for that if you guys can notice the difference in my voice. Moving on the 29th, it was a no spend, so here I have my Planner Kate stickers. So I'm going to mark my no spend on the 29th. On the 30th, I do have a McDonald's transaction, and that one is coming out of dates, and that is going to be for 18. I just need to find the tracker. So here it is. $18 for McDonald's. Moving on, I do have to quickly set up my December spread. Before actually moving on to December, I just realized that I do have to close out the November budget. So I have to go here to the weekly check-in to check in for the 5th week. And that's going to be for about 4 days. So really quickly, I will go ahead and write down the categories. Okay, so I didn't add anything this week, so I'm just going to draw some lines. I'm going to work on what I spent for the week. So I think my only cash envelope transaction was McDonald's, and yeah, it's only McDonald's for 18. This one's a sinking fund, and then unbudgeted. So I only have one transaction for dates, which was 18. Yes, $18. So I had 18 remaining, so 0 remaining now, and then 0 spent for the rest of the categories except for unbudgeted. I have to double check on that one to see how much it was, but I believe it was 7. Yeah, Lime for 7. I'm going to mark that one off, and then $7 for unbudgeted. Okay, moving on, Fun had $5 remaining, so that means that it still has 5. And then gas, I guess I didn't spend any gas money, so $80 there. Groceries has 18 remaining. And then miscellaneous has nothing. Restaurants has 3. Spending has 2, and then unbudgeted. I do have to grab my red pen for this. So it's -7, and again, it's going to come out of my checkings. So as I mentioned, or I have mentioned for the last couple of months actually, I am not using cash. I'm using my credit cards. Again, I don't recommend this if you're not disciplined. If you're disciplined, I recommend using credit cards, but if you're not, cash works perfectly fine. So I do have to unstuff, so I'm going to move the planner to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and bring out my tray and my wallet. We're going to go ahead and unstuff my cash envelopes. And now I just realized that I actually don't need the trays since I am not unstuffing much. I'm only unstuffing my $18 dates transaction. So I don't need change. All I need is my cash envelopes. And these wallets are available on my Etsy. So the link is down below if you guys are interested in them. So dates, let's see. It should have 18. So 10, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So that's what we are unstuffing, but I'm still going to count my cash envelopes to make sure that I do have the correct amount remaining that I have right here. Fun does have the $5 remaining. And this money is going to my saving challenges. I am thinking that for 2023, all of my rollover money might go into debt because I do have a car loan now, but I'm not exactly sure yet. But you know, something that I really need to think about because I do like stuffing my saving challenges as well. So I need to see if I will split the money in half to saving challenges, half to debt, or I'm not really sure yet, but that is an idea that I have. Gas should have 80, so 20, 40, 60, and 80. Moving on to groceries, it should have 18. So let's see, 10, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Perfect. Miscellaneous, nothing. Restaurants should have 3. 1, 2, 3. Spending should have 2, and it does have 2. And then I have my cards, I have my receipts and coins, and these 3 envelopes they come with a binder. If you guys purchase any from my Etsy shop, you guys are able to choose from 6 fonts. Sorry, I blinked out for a moment there. I have 6 fonts available currently on my shop. And here I have my $18 that has to go back to my bank account so I can go ahead and pay my credit card. So I'm just going to move that to the side. And now I will be back when I am done setting up my December spread. Really quickly, I do have to unstuff my sinking funds as well. So I have a Christmas and an investing transaction. So here's my first sinking funds binder, and I'm going to go to Christmas, which is this Grinch envelope right here. And I am unstuffing 10. So Christmas now has 50, 100, 50, 70, 71, and 72, which should be enough for anything else that I grabbed for Christmas. And then I have my second sinking funds binder, and I'm unstuffing investing, which is right here. And for investing, I am unstuffing 42. Okay, so 1 and 2, and then 40. So in investing, I now have 50, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, and 78. In investing, all right, and that is it for my sinking funds binder. So I should have 42 and 10, which is 52. So 20, 40, 51, and 2. I'm going to place that to the side. I am going to grab the marker so I can mark off that I have paid those 2 transactions. And I am quickly going to go back to the calendar for the month of November so I can mark off these transactions. So the 2 sinking fund transactions. So now we are done completely with the month of November. And really quickly, I do want to count how many no spend days I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, which is not too bad. I think 10 to 15 is like the average amount for me that I'm comfortable with having. My ideal goal would be at least 15, but 10 to 15 is okay. So that is it for the November weekly check-in, but I am going to move on to December. I'm going to go ahead and set up my spreads for December, and then I will go ahead and come back. I have the December calendar set up, so I'm going to go ahead and start the weekly check-in. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the first, and on the first I did get McDonald's, and it looks like it was only fries because I only spent $1, so just fries on the first. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up right here, and this came out of my restaurant's cash envelope. Moving on, I do have another McDonald's transaction for the second, and that was for $6. For the third, I do have a couple of transactions. I have one grocery transaction, which was for Rayleigh's, and I spent $8 at Rayleigh's on the third. And then I also have a Walgreens transaction, and that is for my sinking funds. And I got some cold medicine. At that time, my parents were getting ready to go to Mexico, and my mom wanted to take my aunt some cough medicine from here. And we went to 2 stores before Walgreens, and we couldn't find any, and at Walgreens we ended up finding some, so I decided to buy some for my household as well, just in case we do end up getting sick, which I already have. We had cough medicine because right now it's really difficult to find cough medicine, or at least I have experienced it very difficult to find cough medicine. So I decided to get some when I wasn't sick, but just to prepare for the cold season. And then I also have an izakaya transaction, which is a Japanese restaurant that came out of family fun, since I did take my parents and my sister, but she did pay for half of the transaction. So in total it was $106, but she paid half and then I paid half. So that was $53 for my part. And then on the 4th, I did get gas at Costco. Costco has been my go-to gas station to go to get gas, just because it's a lot cheaper, and just in general, gas has gone down. But at other gas stations, like the one that I used to use before, which was Chevron, it's really expensive now, and I'm content with the Costco gas. So I got gas at Costco for $42 for a full tank. And I think that day I filled up my vehicle, but that is the one that my parents took to Mexico. And again, we did go through with the situation that I had mentioned previously. My parents did take my vehicle to Mexico, and it's going to stay over there. So now I do have a car loan. So I filled that tank up for them, so they didn't have to go fill up anymore. So that was that. And then I did go into Costco, and I used my spending cash envelope for Costco, and that was $88. And the reason why I am doing Costco for my spending envelope is because I budgeted after the fact, and I just budgeted my paycheck really late, so that's why that is coming out of spending. Moving on, I did go with my boyfriend on his lunch, and I got him some food, and that was just McDonald's for $12 on that same day, on the 4th. On the 5th, I went back to Rayleigh's. There's been a lot of grocery transactions lately. So I went on the 5th to Rayleigh's, and that was $15. I don't recall what I got, but some kind of groceries. On the 6th, I went to SF Supermarket, which is an Asian market, and I spent $12, most likely on ramen, because that's what I like. But I did spend $12 at the SF Supermarket. Moving on to the 7th, it was a no spend day. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off with this sticker here. My first no spend of the month. And then on the 8th, I did have a Walmart transaction for groceries as well. So I spent on that transaction $30. $30 on the 8th. And then I also got Chick-fil-A, and that came out of my Dates cash envelope. And I actually forgot one transaction, and that is for my car. So I actually, since my boyfriend got his vehicle 2 years ago, I was on the car loan. So when I had mentioned previously about taking over his loan, I am not taking over his loan. I am taking over the payment because I'm on the loan. So I paid him how much the car is valued at. So the amount owed, or actually the value minus the amount owed, that is what I paid him, which was $2,500. That came out of my savings. I am using my savings for this, and that was on the 6th that I sent him the $2,500. And yeah, now I have a car payment. So I'm going to put that right there. And that money I already took out of my sinking funds. I'm only going to unstuff these two because this one right here, I have already taken that care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and check this one off before I forget. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and notate that transaction in my sinking fund transaction log. So that is it for the calendar view. I'm going to go ahead and go to the weekly check-in so we can go ahead and check in. Here is my weekly check-in spread. I already have my categories along with how much I added for my cash envelopes for the first and the second week of December. So dates got 60, gas had 150, groceries 207, miscellaneous 10, restaurants 20, spending 205, and unbudgeted nothing. And the reason why I have numbers here, or these weird numbers which you guys never see, groceries 207 or spending 205, the reason why is because I was spending money out of my checkings account or using my credit card, but I wasn't on track, or yeah, I guess on track, or I was just behind on my budget. I hadn't done my budget. So that is why I have these awkward numbers, because once I got paid again for the second paycheck of December, that's when I calculated everything for the first paycheck of December, and I have these weird numbers. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. So first I have dates, and I have two dates transaction. I have McDonald's right here for $12 along with Chick-fil-A with 24. So the total would be 36 for dates. So I spent 36, and I started with 60. So that means that I have $24 remaining. Moving on to fun, I have no fun transactions, and I didn't add anything to fun, so 0 there, 0 remaining. For gas, I did get gas once, and that was for $42 at Costco. So $42 spent. And I started with 150. So that means that I should have $108 remaining. Moving on to groceries, I have a couple transactions. I'm going to go ahead and calculate here on the side. So I have Rayleigh's for 8. And then I have Rayleigh's for 15. and then SF Supermarket for $12, and then Walmart for $30. So that is a total of $65. So I'm going to write that over here. And just a reminder that my parents aren't home, so that is why I have been spending more money on groceries, because they're not home. 142 remaining. Miscellaneous. I didn't use my miscellaneous cash envelope this week, so 0 spent and 10 remaining. On to restaurants. I did have McDonald's for 1 and then McDonald's for 6, which is $7 spent. And I started with 20, so 13 remaining. And then for spending, I have the $88 Costco transaction. So I spent 88, started with 205, spent 88, so I have 117 remaining. And nothing for unbudgeted this week. I quickly do have to actually stuff my cash envelopes and then unstuff them, so I'm going to do that really quick with you guys here. So for dates, I am stuffing 60, so that's just going to be 20, so 20, 40, and 60. For fun, there's nothing. For gas, it's going to be 150, so 20 and then a 10, so 150 for gas. Moving on to groceries, I'm going to do 207. Miscellaneous gets 10. Restaurants gets 20. And spending gets 205. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring out some money so I can unstuff. So I'll be back really quick. I have $150 on the side to make change. I'm going to count this really quick. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 24, 30, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 50. So 150. I am going to set this up really quick. All right. So for dates, I am taking out 36. So I'm going to take out 40 from here. So 20 and 40. And I need $4 back. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So dates now has 20, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 24. Moving on to fun. I don't have anything. Gas, I'm taking out 42. So I'm going to take out the 50. And I need 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I have 100, 5, 6, 7, and 8 back for gas, or remaining for gas, I should say. Groceries, I am taking out 65. So I'm going to take 105, and that means that I should have back 40 back. Yes, 40. I'm taking back 40, so 20, 40. And I should have 142 left. So 120, 41, and 2. Miscellaneous. I'm not taking out anything, and it does have $10 in it. Restaurants, I am taking out 7, so I'm going to put back this 20, and I am taking back 13, so 10, 11, 12, and 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. And then for spending, I have 205. I'm taking back, I have to put away or take out 88, so I do need a little bit of change. Okay, so I only have $3 in change. I'm just gonna leave $2 here. I don't need the third one. So I'm just gonna take the 100 and trying to think about the best way to do it. I'm just gonna take 100. I'm gonna take back 12. I'm just overthinking it. Yeah. Okay. So 100, 10, 15, 16, and 17 left in spending. Okay. So move that wallet to the side since I'm all done with it. And let's see. I'm going to calculate how much I spent in my cash envelope. So 36, 42, 65, 7, and 88. And I took out for change 150 first, and then I took out 2. So it's 152 in total. So I should have 390 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and count. 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, and 90. So 390. So that is all going back to the bank. So I'm going to just leave it here, move this to the side, and we're all done with the weekly check-in, but I do have to go to my sinking fund spread so I can go ahead and track all of my sinking fund transactions as well as unstuffing my sinking funds. So here's the transaction log for my sinking fund. So I'm going to go ahead and calculate my 3 transactions. One is medical. One is family fun. And savings. So the date for medical and family fun, they were both on the 3rd. And then my savings one was on the 6th. The amount for medical was 20. And then family fun was 53. And for savings, it was 2,500. Okay, so car, and then family fund was food, and then medical was medicine. Short and simple. So I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to go ahead and bring out my sinking fund so I can go ahead and unstuff them. I'm not going to bring out my cash tray. Hopefully it'll be all right. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but hopefully. So for family fun, let's go ahead and see. And I think my binder is crooked, but okay. Family fun, we have 51 and 2, which is what we need. So I'm going to put that to the side. And then now I am taking out of medical as well. And for medical, I am taking out 20. So just a $20 bill. In medical, I now have 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, and 350. So we are all good in medical. I am thinking about changing my medical envelope to health instead. So here I have the money for the 2 transactions, and for the savings, I already took out that money. It was actually in my bank account, so I already took care of that, so that has been accounted for. I'm going to go ahead and use red this time to mark my sinking fund transactions paid. So I just draw some little dots right next to the fund to notate that I have already paid that. So I'm going to go back to my calendar view so I can go ahead and check off my sinking fund transactions. All right, so I have Izakaya and Walgreens, and then the car one I already checked off because I had mentioned earlier that that has already been taken care of. So that is all for this weekly check-in for the last week of November as well as the first week of December. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!